At the beginning of the American Civil War, when Virginia voted to secede from the Union, the United States Navy was forced to abandon Gosport, its finest naval facility. The USS Pawnee arrived with orders to make sure that nothing of any value was left to fall into Confederate hands, including the pride of the Navy, the 40-gun steam frigate Merrimack.
Burn every ship that can't be towed. Burn the machine shops, the storehouses.
What about the dry dock, sir?
Destroy it completely. The one thing we mustn't leave for the enemy is the dry dock.
Harmon! Sir? Harmon, you know the dry dock better than any of us. Take a detail and 20 kegs of powder. Make it 25. And blow it up. Yes, sir.
There you are. Five more.
Let's keep it moving.
Which one's under gate?
Okay, good.
Over the boat side there. Take cover! Take cover!
Those rebels get the best of you, man. Shoot square!
Come on! Get those animals out of here! Get out of here! Yes, sir! Bring up more powder! But I don't see the dry dock going up yet.
Harmon.
Sir, we placed the kegs. We lit the powder trail. It must have burnt out, sir.
So, they get the only first-rate dry dock south of the Mason-Dixon line. God knows how they'll use it against us.
What they have done, gentlemen, is they have towed the Merrimack into the dry dock, and on the undamaged hull they're constructing a ship to be armored with iron. If the rebel navy's building an ironclad, then we damn well better build one for our side. You, gentlemen, are hereby appointed a special board to consider designs for an ironclad, and on approval expedite construction.
Mr. Secretary, where are these designs going to come from?
I'm advertising for submissions. If they haven't kept their plans secret, why should we?
Mr. Secretary, before we commit funds and manpower to such an untested idea, how do we know the South is building an iron ship?
The rumors are thick as Mississippi mud.
They've been known to send agents up here to plant false rumors.
Yes. Johnny Reb is more effective with the cloak and dagger than we are, granted. Still, we're not totally inept. It happens there's a young lady of a fine Virginia family going to school in Baltimore, distantly related to one of our officers. He vouches for her
So we know about the ironclad from a spy.
I'll say no more. except that I hate to apply such an ugly word to such a beautiful lady. But that's the best kind, isn't it?
Quartermaster's made Leslie Harmon. 2 witnesses saw you stamp out the powder fuse in the dry dock. Do you have anything to say for yourself?
Sir, they must have mistaken me for somebody else.
Men of your own detail?
Uncle Joe, I hate to see a fellow Virginian like this. Couldn't we take those chains off the boy?
All right, son, go ahead.
Sir, shackles are standard procedure.
Now be an angel, Joey, and do as your daddy tells you.
Take him off. Men are dismissed.
I'm not a Virginian. I'm from New York.
New York? Well, then why in the world did you do what you did?
Why didn't they put me to burning the ship, spiking the cannon? I would have done it, I swear. This is my second hitch. Look at my record. I don't disobey orders, but blowing up the dry dock, the stone blocks would have fallen on houses in town. You have to understand. I was stationed in Gosport 2 years. I made friends. Merciful God, that's who those stones would have killed. I mean, orders are orders, yes, but I'm sorry, I couldn't kill my friends.
Well, I think that sounds like a pretty decent reason. Don't you think so too, Uncle Joe?
Makes no difference. Disobeying a lawful order in the face of the enemy is the worst military offense there is. You'll have a court-martial, of course. The only question is whether he'll be hanged or shot. Now, is there anything else you want to say?
No, sir.
Good. Now, sit down and listen very carefully. This is my only son, Joseph Jr. And I tell you, if he were in your frightful situation, I would pray to heaven he'd be given the chance we're about to give you. Go ahead, Joe.
Harmon, you haven't seen a newspaper since your arrest. You don't know what they've been writing about you. To the South, you're a hero for what you did at Gosport.
Is that right, sir?
This gives you a chance to make up for it if you have the nerve.
To do what, sir?
To escape from the brig. We'll arrange it. Slip through the lines to Virginia. We'll help you. In the dry dock you gave them, the rebel Navy is building an armored ship on the hull of the Merrimack. You have the technical training to get us the specifications we need.
Excuse me, sir. They hang spies, don't they? You can help me escape, but in Virginia I'd be all on my own.
Not quite. I'll be with you. No one will suspect a friend of mine. Trust me, Leslie.
Why should I?
I trust you. I'll tell you my name. Betty Stewart.
Trust me with your name because I'm not in a position to do you any harm.
Well, you ought to trust me because I'm the only one who's going to do you any good.
What good?
I can present you to the people of Norfolk who matter, who can open the gates of Gosport for you.
How would that help me?
Harmon, if you get this job done, you can come home to a presidential pardon.
Well, I may know your name, Betty Stewart, but I don't know why you're going against your own people.
I'm not going against my people. But I've been to school in the North, and I've read all the books you all have read. There's no civilized country anywhere in the world where a man can hold another man as a slave. Except our country. Now that's what I'm against. But isn't that worth fighting for?
Right now, miss, I'm just fighting to save my neck.
He can manage without you. Norfolk society will fall all over the hero. Don't go back, Betty.
Now, Joe, there are lots of girls around here to take your mind off of me.
Nobody can take my mind off of you. Even you can't do that. It's not because you haven't tried. Betty, it's too dangerous for you to keep crossing the lines.
Nonsense. I do it all the time without the slightest trouble.
But this time you'll have Harmon to worry about. Will he do something stupid and give himself away and then give you away? You'll be placing your life in his hands.
No more than he'll be placing his in mine. Fair is fair.
I don't give a damn what's fair. I just have a terrible feeling that if you go back now, I'll never see you again.
Joe. I love you dearly. But I have to go. And I'm going.
How did you ever do it, Mr. Harmon?
Well, Mrs. Fletcher, Miss Betty is so pretty, the guards just looked at her and never noticed me.
Is that true, Blossom? Oh, well, I'm sure I don't know. Betty?
We bribed the guards. Everybody knows the damn Yankees will do anything for money.
Mr. Harmon, you must come with me. Colonel Fletcher wants to meet you.
I'd be delighted.
Do you see who's here, Betty? Catesby Jones. I thought he was still in Alabama, didn't you?
I never gave a thought about where he was.
Go and say hello to him.
Well, I will not, Mother. He can come over here and say hello to me. If he wants to, and if not, fine and dandy.
Well, really? If I'd taken that attitude with your father, where do you suppose you'd be?
Mother!
Betty Stewart, however did you get in? Did you forget that a linen or woolen or wool flannel garment or undergarment is the price of admission for ladies? It's for the war effort, you know.
Oh, well, Mrs. Coy, I had a bundle of woolens I was going to bring, but I was so anxious to present y'all to Mr. Leslie Harmon that I forgot.
Oh, well, if that's true, then you can just go home and get it.
Well, that'll take an hour. Can't you just bring it to you?
If I didn't put her in my book, she isn't supposed to be here.
Salome Coit, you're as mean as you look.
Mother, now, it's all right. I'll go home and get it.
Now, ladies, ma'am. Ma'am, if you'll allow me, Miss Betty will pay her admission if you'd kind of give me a moment. Gentlemen, close ranks. Thank you, gentlemen. Ladies, sorry for the delay, but if everything is in order, perhaps Miss Betty would care to dance.
Put that in your book, Salome. If you can write with your mouth open. Well, now, Betty said we're supposed to do something special about you, but she didn't say what. But I don't think I'm going to ask her just now.
Why not?
Yeah, because there was a time when I had high hopes she was going to be Mrs. Catesby Jones. It didn't happen then, but now, just look at them. Lovely couple, aren't they?
I suppose so. Just joking, ma'am. Miss Betty said she would introduce me to some lieutenant.
Will you pick one? I'll introduce you.
No, ma'am. It's a special one. He's aide to the admiral in command.
Oh, that's Lieutenant Guilford. Come along. Excuse me, Lieutenant Guilford.
Mrs. Stewart.
May I present Mr. Leslie Harmon, the hero of Gosport, you know?
I certainly do. Mr. Harmon, we are all in your debt.
It was nothing. Sir, I was told you might advise me on how to apply for a commission in the Confederate Navy.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll do better than that. You come around to the Navy Yard tomorrow, and I'll take you to meet the Admiral.
Thank you very much.
Well, I couldn't have that lady sending you home. I'd have to stop looking at you.
You must have not seen anything but alligators in Alabama.
No alligator in Alabama half as pretty as you.
Is that a fact? How much did you trouble your head about me when you went off down there?
I'll tell you how much. I came home on leave dying for you. You were away at school in Baltimore.
Well, you weren't here. I had to go to parties with boys I didn't care for. So I decided to go away, too.
Betty, I'm in the Navy. I mean, I know it was the Union Navy then, but still I gotta go where they send me.
You could have taken me with you.
I thought of that.
I dreamed I was asking you and you saying yes. But we were both so young and there was plenty of time.
Then, maybe. But war changes time. And school in Baltimore changed me.
How?
Well, for one thing, it's not parties that interest me anymore. And for another, I'm not as young as I used to be.
Length, 263 feet. The beam is 51 feet. And draft, 22 feet. Now that's what they've done with the hull of the Merrimack. The superstructure is a casemate tilted in at a 30-degree angle to make enemy shots glance off. Oak planks to be covered with iron armor. The guns aren't in place yet, but I found out about them. Your friend, Lieutenant Jones, brought 4 of them from the cannon foundry in Alabama.
He didn't tell me that.
He didn't tell me either. I was told by your sources at the Navy Yard. Very helpful, thanks to you.
They believe what I believe.
4 guns on the starboard side, 4 to port, 1 pivot gun in the bow, and another one in the stern. Wouldn't it be safer to take that north in your head than on paper?
I'm not taking it. Opal, well, come on in. Opal is my mother's maid. Cletus is her husband. My mother contracts him out to the Gosport officers' mess.
Got the shoe ready, Miss Betty.
They carry messages back and forth all the time. Opal's gonna take this one.
You ever have any trouble getting through the lines?
Oh, no, sir. Going north, we tells them we want to be free. Coming back south, we tells them it's too damn cold up there.
Cletus, make sure you stitch this good.
Use an old thread, Miss Betty. Nobody won't notice nothing.
Opal, you be careful.
I guess your mother doesn't believe what you believe, or she wouldn't own slaves.
She doesn't like slavery. It's the way she was brought up. It's a way of life. But there are some Southern people who are not that strong for it.
But they don't mind killing Northern people to preserve it.
Well, they say the war's not about slavery. It's about freeing the South from economic oppression by the North. Don't let them fool you. It's about slavery.
Well, they never keep us waiting here. If you'll excuse me, I'll go see what the trouble is.
Good day, Miss Betty.
Lieutenant Guilford?
It's remarkable how just seeing you puts me in mind of all kinds of good things. Such as good news for Leslie Harmon. If you happen to run into him, you tell him the Admiral's forwarded his application to Richmond. His commission should come through soon.
Well, I will tell him if I see him.
He's going to make an excellent officer. Well, you have pleasant lunch. Oh, there is a test firing on the 29th at the range in connection with the Merrimack. Oh, pardon me. She's the Virginia now. Everybody still calls her the Merrimack. Anyway, you tell Leslie he's invited. Good day. Good day, Mr. Jones.
Good day, Lieutenant.
Why didn't he invite the man himself? Why do you have to ask you?
Well, Leslie's hard to find these days. Everybody's house guest.
Well, it's nice of Leslie to keep in touch with you.
Well, my, Lieutenant. We aren't jealous, are we?
No, should I be? Our table's ready. Thank you. Betty, tell me a bit about this Yankee hero of yours.
Well, I know he saved a lot of people's lives. What's on your mind, Catesby?
Guilford is not just another admiral's aide. He's area detective. He's officer in charge of Secret Service. His job, Betty, is to send spies north against the Yankees and catch spies that they send here.
Well, that's quite a job. Hope he's good at it.
Care for some sherry?
The beauty of my invention is that the turret turns to bring guns to bear on target. You don't have to turn the whole ship.
I see you've already named your ship, the Monitor.
It's perfect name, Mr. President. A monitor restrains and corrects wrongdoers, your enemies.
Mr. Erickson, I assume there's more to your ship than the model shows.
The model only shows the ironclad portion above water, Mr. Secretary. If you had studied my drawings, you would know that below the waterline is a wooden hull housing 2 engines and quarters for the crew.
I'm concerned about the stability of this vessel, Mr. Erickson, and I looked at all your figures.
To look is one thing. To know the mathematics required to understand is another.
Your personal remark, sir, does not answer my concerns.
My credentials answer you. 30 years they've been building ships, including USS Princeton, which was first warship to be propelled by screw. I got skill like no engineer living. If you don't trust me with this ship, you cost your country the benefit of my services. I wait for your decision.
Unassuming son of Sweden, isn't he?
He didn't mention that a cannon on the Princeton blew up and killed some people.
Erickson designed that cannon, but he had nothing to do with building it. Well, gentlemen, yes or no?
We have information from Gosport that the Merrimack will come out of dry dock in 4 to 5 months. Nobody can start from scratch and build us an ironclad in that time except Erickson. He's promised to deliver us one in 90 days. On that basis, I say yes.
Commodore?
I agree with Commodore Smith.
I say take the thing home and worship it. It resembles nothing on the earth or on the seas or in the skies, so you can't be accused of idolatry.
A simple no would have sufficed, Commander. Mr. President.
All I can say is what the girl said when she put her foot in the stocking. It strikes me there's something in it.
Fire!
No! Leslie.
Lieutenant.
Good to see you.
Thank you, sir.
Glad to have you with us. Well, your glass is empty. You, come here, you black rascal. Why is this gentleman's glass empty? You think you've been freed by the abolitionists, or will 20 lashes convince you you're not a free nigger yet?
Coming right back with a drink for the gentleman, master.
Lieutenant Jones, you may fire when ready.
Ready? Fire!
Dear God, it went through. I don't know what to tell you.
Secretary Mallory.
I was assured that 3 inches of iron would turn away the heaviest shot.
Mr. Secretary, there's a simple solution. You just put on 4 inches of iron, sir. 4 inches of iron.
That is no solution.
Is 3 inches of iron also hold and still floating?
I'm afraid so.
That ain't how it gone the first time.
What first time?
Well, they done the same test last Monday. Not for no crowd, just for a few gentlemen.
How did it go?
Well, the thing they shoot at that time is in the storage over there. They got the door locked, but you might could go around the back and peek in the window down below.
Thanks. It was another section of the casemate. I could see 2 layers of iron plate, each 2 inches thick. So that's 4 inches, not 3. The cannonballs hardly made a dent. That test was the real one.
So what you saw today was just a show? Just to get the wrong information sent to the North?
I bet half the civilians there were invited because Guilford suspects they're spies.
Including you.
Well, he made a mistake with me thanks to Cletus.
You've got to send Cletus north with the right information.
Not Cletus.
Then send somebody else. It's got to go up tonight. They have to know they can't sink the Merrimack with standard guns. They must add more firepower.
Listen to the man. You know, a little while ago you were only concerned about yourself. Now you're ready to march with John Brown.
Maybe now I see how much I have to make up for. If I'd blown up the dry dock like I was ordered, there'd be no place to build that monster.
Well, you can make up for it. By taking the information north. Tonight. Go the quick and easy way. Just get through the pickets along the beach and you know where the boat is. 2 miles across the bay and you're safe at Fortress Monroe.
No. Send someone who knows an overland route. There'll be a full moon on the water tonight.
Well, then you go late when the moon sets.
Betty, I'm not finished here.
Yes, you are finished here. I can't have you staying on with Guilford suspecting you. He could arrest you at any moment. Please go, Leslie. I got you into this. I don't want them to hang you.
Why should that bother you? You've got him. Why should you care about me?
Because we're friends. What a foolish question after everything we've been through together. Don't you care about me?
I'd do anything for you.
Then go. That's what you can do for me. Now do it.
Yes, Miss Betty.
Teddy Stewart, I wish I knew what to do with you.
Don't they teach you that at Annapolis?
Well, they don't teach me what I need to know now. Is it right for me to marry? Or with the war on?
All we need to know is if you love me.
Oh, yes, I love you, Betty. I love you so much. I'm out of my mind thinking what's right for you. Before the war, I was willing to wait, but now suddenly I can't wait. But how long is this war gonna last? If it's a short war, then maybe the right thing for us to do is to wait.
It's going to be a long war.
Why do you say that?
General Lee says so. I read it in the Richmond paper. He says our country will have to go through a long and terrible ordeal. Expiation for our sins.
What sins?
Slavery. General Lee says it's an evil thing.
General Lee is supposed to be the finest officer in the country, but I doubt what he knows about sin.
But maybe he knows how long the war's gonna last.
Oh, Betty. Betty, my darling, are you saying we ought to be married now?
Yes. Yes, now. Why should we waste any more of our lives? And besides, thank God it's not as if they're gonna send you into battle. You're an ordnance officer. They'll just send you back to the foundry in Alabama. And this time I'll go with you.
But I am going into battle, Betty. Oh, what a battle it'll be. We're going to make naval history. My orders just came through. I've been assigned to the Merrimack.
Why?
Because they think highly of me. Captain Buchanan does. He's in command. And Betty, I'm going to be executive officer on the Merrimack. That's second in command.
Would you take me home, please?
You all right? This is a post a naval officer dreams of. Would you want me to turn it down?
Would you do that if I asked you? No, of course you wouldn't. It's just that I don't feel very well. Would you take me home?
Say who you are, we'll fire.
Oh, I hope you don't do that, sir. I'm a friend.
Advance and be recognized. What are you doing here, ma'am?
Well, I hope you'll excuse me. I know I shouldn't be interfering with your duties, but I was just looking for my brother. He should be out here somewhere. Corporal Fisher.
He's not in this detachment, ma'am. He might be up on the beach.
May I please look?
Mosier? Yo! Lady here looking for her brother. Pass her on through.
Right.
Thank you. Leslie! Oh, my God, I thought I wasn't going to get here in time.
What's the matter?
Nothing's the matter. I found someone else to send, so you don't have to go now.
Thanks, but I'll go anyway. With two people, there's a better chance that one will get through.
But you can't go.
What? What are you saying? You're not sending anyone else, are you?
No, I'm not. Catesby will be on board the Merrimack. I don't want the Union to sink her, so I don't want them to know about that armor. That's all there is to it.
Really? I thought there was something more. One man holding another man his slave. I thought you were against that.
I am, of course I am, and I'll do anything but risk Catesby's life.
You risk your own life every day you're in Virginia. You risk mine. And what about a dozen civilians who feed you information, huh? What about them? Catesby can take his chances with the rest of us.
This is someone I've loved since I was a child. Can't you understand that?
Betty, if the Navy doesn't stop the Merrimack, she's gonna steam along the coast and sink all the Union's wooden frigates and lift the blockade. And France comes in and England comes in with everything the South needs to win the war. Do you understand? You and I could just make the difference.
I'll take one more step towards that water and I'll call the pickets. If you're not shot now, you'll hang later.
Puts me right back where I started.
Leslie, you're making me call them. I will, I swear I will. Leslie, you said you'd do anything for me.
Not this. This is not a favor that one person has a right to do for another. It's too important.
When did it suddenly become so important to you?
When I heard Lieutenant Guilford talk to Cletus like he wouldn't talk to his dog. I never heard anything like it before. Or else I never listened.
Please.
Go ahead and call.
Our agents saw that the 4-inch armor was barely dented. The cannon was a reinforced 9-incher firing 15 pounds of powder.
Which is exactly the firepower of your monitor, isn't it, Mr. Erickson?
It was, Mr. Secretary, but I can double my ship's firing power.
How? Mr. Erickson, the Navy has no guns capable of firing 30 pounds of powder.
And there's no time to cast new ones. Your launching date's the 10th of next month.
I'm not proposing to cast new guns. I'm proposing to use the Monitor's present guns.
You can't fire 30 pounds in those guns. They'd blow up. If you don't remember what happened on the Princeton, I do.
Do you also remember that your people built those guns? I didn't.
Mr. Erickson, why don't you just tell us what you have in mind?
The Monitor's guns are capable of sustaining 30-pound charges in a battle of limited duration. I'll show you my calculations.
Don't bother showing them to us. We want to see a firing test.
I agree.
You will have your firing test, gentlemen.
Dearest Betty, how right you were to pay no attention when I selfishly feared I might never see you again if you returned to Virginia. My father tells me that thanks to you, we are now sure our ship will be the victor in the great coming battle.
Good Lord, does this mean that the Monitor can sink the Merrimack?
We are confident that she will be able to protect other Union ships and save many loyal lives, including one whose possessor still dreams of sharing it with you. Dearest Betty, I have been ordered to my first major command. It is the Congress, part of the blockading fleet at Hampton Roads, which the Merrimack is sure to attack.
Betty, are you in there?
Oh, yes, Mother?
Opal, you're back?
Yes, Miss Blossom.
Oh, really, Opal? From now on, you'll have to be satisfied with visiting your sister just once a year. I can't have you hopping back and forth whenever you fancy.
You're right, Miss Blossom. When you're right, Miss Blossom.
Put out my lavender lace for tomorrow morning. Oh, Betty, you should get something ready, too. We're going to lunch on the Merrimack.
On the Merrimack?
Yes, the Commodore, the Marquis de... Oh, what's his name? Oh, well, he's been dying to see the ship. So they've invited him and his officers, and they've asked a select group of ladies to entertain them. Well, look pleased, why don't you? Catesby should be there.
This ship will free the Confederacy from the tyranny of the North. Nothing can stop her.
I know I should have told you this before. But I didn't think they could do much against the Merrimack. I thought they were so helpless they wouldn't dare fight you.
What in God's name are you telling me now?
That they can do something? I'm not sure what, but it must be that they have more firepower. More than you'd expect from an 11-inch cannon firing 15 pounds of powder.
Where'd you learn about cannonball and powder charges? Not to Baltimore finishing school?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't know it would hurt you. Oh, please, must you question me? Can't you just listen?
I'm listening.
What you have to do is make your ship's armor stronger. If she can carry 2 layers of hind plates, maybe she can carry 3.
I don't believe what I'm hearing. How do you know all this?
Hesley Harmon.
The Yankee hero? The Yankee spy that you helped to get into the Navy Yard?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, it's as simple as that to you, is it? Well, why don't you take the pistol out and fire it in my stomach? It would hurt less. What am I supposed to do with this information? What? How can I go to my captain with this? When he asks me, how did I get it, what do I say?
You say you got it from me. I guess that's what you should do. I guess you have to do what's right.
You're a spy, Betty. Don't go talking to me about what's right.
I'm only trying to tell you that I love you. I don't expect you to love me anymore.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
The captain's compliments, Mr. Jones. And will you come to the gun deck at once, sir?
Take a good look, so you'll know her when you see her tomorrow.
Tomorrow, Captain?
She's already sailed from New York. She'll be here tomorrow.
Gentlemen, whether the Monitor will be a match for you or not, we don't know. We do know that your mission is to sink as many blockading ships as possible. And the only time we can be certain that the Monitor will not interfere with you is today.
Mr. Ramsey, how long will it take to get up Steve?
1 hour, sir.
Very well.
Captain Buchanan, sir, I beg your pardon, but that doesn't give us any time at all to make changes.
What sort of changes do you have in mind?
Well, we haven't even had a sea trial yet, sir. How do we know? I mean, there's bound to be a need for some adjustments.
Oh, you mean such as to the engines and the steering? Fair enough. We have a chief engineer for that, Mr. Ramsey.
Captain, we have 10 miles down the river before we go into action in the bay. I'm sure we can use that for our shakedown cruise.
Mr. Jones, we sail in 1 hour.
Yes, sir.
All visitors ashore! Visitors ashore! Captain's orders! All visitors ashore!
My, isn't this exciting? The Merrimack's going out to sink the Yankees.
What Yankees?
Well, the blockade ships in Hampton Roads, and we're all going along to watch.
How can we?
Well, we're going along the shore, silly. We'll be able to see the whole battle.
Cast off the bow line.
Secure the gangway!
Oh, Jennifer, is your carriage here yet?
No, ma'am, it's not.
Oh, well, you and your husband, take that one up there at the end. Yes. Blossom, Blossom, you can go with the Gribbses. Yes, and Betty? Betty, would you mind? We need someone to wait for the servants. Would you mind?
Mind what?
Oh, directing them along the shore road. They're bringing picnic baskets.
But, Betty, if you'd rather go with us.
No, that's all right, Mother. I'll wait here for the picnic baskets.
Miss Betty. I'm sorry to startle you. I thought you would rather not have this in front of your mother and everyone. You're gonna have to come with me, please. You're under arrest.
Jones? Sir. Now, here's our position approaching the mouth of the Elizabeth. These are the positions of the Atlantic blockading squadron's most powerful ships in Hampton Roads. Sloop of war Cumberland, 24 guns, and 2 steam frigates. Minnesota, 47 guns, and the Congress, 50 guns.
Well, if indeed the Congress is here, sir, then it should have us in its sights right about now.
Captain Smith! Hull, up behind the headland. Some kind of steamship, sir. Captain, I believe that thing is coming down at last.
Damned if it doesn't look like a swimming crocodile. How does it strike you, Mr. Pendergrast?
Like it can barely float, much less fight. Pipe the crew on deck. Detail. Halt!
Is there anything you care to say at this time, Miss Betty?
It's much nicer than what I expected of a prison cell.
The facilities are down the hall. The door will remain unlocked as long as you... Forgive me, I'm required to say this, as long as you don't cause any trouble. If there's anything I can do for you, you tell the sentry to call for me.
Thank you.
Men, coming toward us is the great Confederate bugaboo. supposed to scare us out of our wits. They've covered it with iron plates. They forgot iron can't float. One good broadside will knock that clumsy monster on its beam.
Men, this is your chance to show your devotion to our cause, our country, our homes, and freedom. The eyes of the world are upon us today. Confederacy expects every man to do his duty. Meet to quarters.
Stand to your guns. The Union expects every man to do his duty. Beat to quarters. Man your guns!
Step wireless. Man your guns! Gas, loose, and provide! Gas, loose, and provide! Gas, loose, and provide! Charge with cartridge! Charge with cartridge! Charge with cartridge! Charge with cartridge!
Going to midship.
All port guns. Fire!
We hit her square. And the shots bounced off.
Are we leaving the Congress?
She can wait. We already know she can't do as much harm. I'm more concerned about those new rifle cannon on the Cumberland. We'll take her first. Pilot, keep our keel out of the mud.
Aye, Captain.
Excuse me, Miss Betty. I thought you might like your mother's maid for your servant.
Opal, I'm so glad to see you.
You ain't mad at me, Miss Betty?
Why in the world would I be?
It's my fault you're in here.
What do you mean?
Miss Betty, when I cross the lines coming south, they stop me and take all my clothes to search.
Take your clothes?
But then they give them back to me and let me go, so I'm thinking they don't know nothing about that letter from Lieutenant Smith. But when Cletus checked my shoe, he said it ain't the old thread like he used. Oh, Miss Betty, they seen that letter and they put it back. And I never warned you.
Oh, but wait. Are you saying it was the letter that got me arrested?
Yes, ma'am. The letter.
Then it wasn't Catesby. Catesby knows about me and he didn't tell them. Opal, he still loves me. Doesn't that mean he still loves me?
How you figure love is gonna do you any good in here?
But that letter doesn't prove very much. Joe was careful about what he wrote. They can't be planning anything horrible for me or they wouldn't have given me this nice room with this big fine window.
Well, maybe you ain't looked out that fine window yet.
Good Lord, gallows.
Whatever became of Betty? I suppose she went home. She wasn't feeling so well.
Mr. Sims, sir? Give him a broadside. Fire! So far, so good. Back to the Congress.
Are you a praying man, Mr. Pendergrast?
I am now. We have two choices. Strike the colors, or hold out and see every man Jack killed. Opinions?
We won't survive another broadside.
Surrender, sir. Strike the colors, sir.
Very well. Strike the colors!
Ceasefire, and they have surrendered!
Stand by your guns, gentlemen, and be ready to resume firing upon command! Clear the port! Clear the port! That's the Union troops, Captain, at Newport News Point. That'll be General Mansfield.
They can't be firing now that the Congress has surrendered.
From what I've heard about old Mansfield, he's most likely back there saying maybe the Congress has surrendered, but I sure haven't.
Outrageous. Violation of every military code.
Captain, sir. Captain, don't go up there, sir. Captain! Captain, I wouldn't go! Captain!
Easy. He's got his leg.
Damn! Stupid thing!
Yes, sir.
Get a cloth for his leg. Jones, you take over command. Resume firing. Pump hot shot into the Congress. Don't you leave her till she's burning.
Yes, sir.
I'm required to ask you one last time. Your full and true name is Spencer Kellogg Brown.
That's correct, sir.
Whenever you're ready, Mr. Brown.
Right, hey!
Could you remove your hat, please, Mr. Brown?
Certainly.
Where do you all come from? Knowing what you risk, yet willing to risk it. May I shake the hand of a brave man?
Thank you, Lieutenant Guilford, for all of your kindness.
Funny if they hang you after what you try to do for them.
What are you talking about, Opal?
Nothing, Miss Betty. Except, first you send Master Leslie up north with a message about the Merrimack. And then you try to stop him.
How did you know about that? You were in Washington.
I know some from Cletus when he takes me to fetch your clothes. And some from the upstairs maid and the downstairs maid. You come home like a crazy woman that night. Who knows where's Master Leslie? Who's seen him? Who's gonna hitch up the wagon and take me to the beach? No, just throw a saddle on him. Like a crazy woman.
Are you trying to say that I shouldn't have tried to stop Leslie?
The Lord, he giveth, and the Lord, he taketh away. But you ain't the Lord.
It's a good thing I'm not. Because you're right. I was out of my mind that night. I thought I was so brave and strong fighting for the cause. But when it seemed that I might get Catesby killed, and the cause was nothing, no more than smoke.
Yes, ma'am.
You say that as though you don't agree. But would you be so brave and strong if it meant getting Cletus killed going through the lines?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't believe you.
I'd just as soon see Cletus dead as see him a slave the rest of his life.
Well, I guess I just don't see things as clearly as you do.
I reckon you don't. But you wouldn't have that problem if you was born black.
Well, she's burning nicely. Now on to the rest of our mission, pilot. Set us a course for the Minnesota.
She's run herself aground.
Are you sure?
That's Forbes Bar she's stuck on. There's not enough water over there for a ship the size of the Minnesota at high tide, not to mention now.
Well, let's get over to her while there's still daylight to fire the guns by.
Mr. Jones, you draw 22 feet of water. That's near as much as the Minnesota. You head over there now, you'll more than likely get yourself stuck in the mud.
I can't fire accurately at this distance. On the other hand, it would be poor judgment to put my ship at risk now when the Minnesota will still be there in the morning. Very well. We'll spend the night at Sewell's Point.
Aye, Cap.
Secretary Stanton?
125 men killed on the Cumberland. And on the Congress, how many?
About the same number.
250 dead. And what are the rebel casualties? Almost none from what we can gather. Gentlemen, this is the worst day in the history of the United States Navy. And tomorrow will be worse still. But he's going to stop the Merrimack.
The Monitor, we hope.
The Monitor. A cheese box on a raft. 2 guns against the Merrimack's 10. That monster could steam up the Potomac and shell us tomorrow.
Stanton, it's too early to panic.
We'll at least have a row of loaded barges sunk across the river to make damn sure the Merrimack can't get up.
If we block the river, we block our own shipping too. And if the Monitor does stop the Merrimack, what then?
Well, where is the Monitor?
Commodore Smith.
The Monitor was last sighted off the Delaware-Maryland border, floundering in the very heavy weather.
In other words, she may already be at the bottom of the ocean.
I'm sure the Monitor is still afloat. I look for her to be the veritable sling with a stone that smites the Merrimack Philistine in the forehead.
Mr. President, do you really have that much faith in Ericsson's untested experiment?
I have that much faith in Providence, which did not create this great union to see it be destroyed by the invention of a weapon. If the Monitor doesn't stop the Merrimack, something else will. Good night, gentlemen.
Good night, Mr. President.
Commodore, time to go home.
My son is dead.
Oh, no, don't say that. We have casualty estimates, but no names.
The Congress surrendered. My son would never surrender his ship. Joe is dead.
I'm sorry to bring the bad news, but there's no doubt. We have it from a wounded sailor pulled out of the water by one of our boats.
Dear Joe. He thought that if I came back, he might never see me again. But he never thought it would be like this. Well, you obviously came in here to tell me it could happen the way Joe thought. Isn't that right, Lieutenant?
Yes. And no, that depends on you.
What is it you want?
Names. You need to know who all's been helping you.
Not Opal. She had no idea that letter was in that shoe, I swear.
We're not too concerned with black curry, as the woods are full of them. I think we should begin with the person who told Leslie Harmon the armor test was a decoy.
How would I know that? Ask Leslie wherever he is.
You know everything that Leslie Harmon knows. You helped him make his so-called escape from the Union prison. And you helped him get back over to the Union side.
Who told you that?
Our agents in Washington and our pickets on the beach.
Oh, your agents and pickets. No real people. You're bluffing.
You've been spying on Gosport since the day we took the yard. You collected information from the people who work here, naval personnel or civilians, and you gave this information over to the Union. No one would believe it of you to this day if you hadn't brought Harmon into it.
You wouldn't want to frighten a helpless woman now, would you, Lieutenant? All you have against me is Joe's letter. And what does that prove? That he hoped the Monitor would sink the Merrimack? He thanked me. But what did I do? Maybe I just sent him a bottle of French champagne for the launching.
You want to keep saying that as you climb the 13 steps, or will you give me your Navy Yard contacts?
Well, actually, I don't have any Navy Yard contacts. Except you. What is that glow out there?
That's the Congress, burning like a haystack. and the Cumberland's on the bottom, and tomorrow the Minnesota and every other Union ship in Hampton Roads. It'd be a bitter thing to die for a lost cause.
Well, if I have to, I hope you'll be as nice about it as you were for that boy today.
Don't count on it. He was a soldier fighting for his side. You're a traitor to yours.
We have slow leakage at the bow where we took some hard hits. Stanchions, railings, boat davits shot away. Smokestacks cut to pieces. There's a number of indentations in the armor and some of the plates are loose, but they're still holding.
Well, don't sound too serious.
What is it, Mr. Jones?
It's the Congress, Mr. Ramsey. She's still in flames.
Good day's work, sir.
Yes, but it's not over.
Van Brunt of the Minnesota. Are you in command here?
I am, sir. John Morton.
Your orders, Captain.
Thank you, sir. My executive officer, Lieutenant Green.
Captain Van Brunt.
My orders are simply to protect your ship from the Merrimack, and this we will do.
It won't be so easy while we're aground on this damned mudbank.
Any chance the tugs can have you off by morning, sir?
None. We're unloading tons of provisions, but that will take the rest of the night, and the tide won't be high enough until noon. I'm sure the Merrimack will come back to us before then.
We'll try to keep her busy, Captain. We do have a problem. We need a pilot to steer us through these shoals. How can we find a local seaman who is not a rebel sympathizer?
Well, your orders were sent with a man who volunteered just for that job. He says you know him from the Brooklyn Navy Yard. You may come down now.
Quartermaster Mate Harmon reporting, sir.
Harmon, do you know these waters?
Like my mother's face, sir. I was stationed at Gosport 2 years.
You never did get a commission, though, in the Rebel Navy, did you, Harmon?
No, sir. I couldn't meet their standards.
Well, I'm going to commission you midshipman right now. Mr. Harmon, welcome aboard.
Thank you, sir. We have steam up, Captain.
Thank you, Mr. Ramsey. Weigh anchor.
Weigh anchor!
Still there. Very good, Pilot Patton. Now let's see how close you can get us to her this morning.
Aye, Captain. Port 5 degrees.
Port 5 degrees.
What in God's name is that?
That is the test we face. That is the monitor. Set a course to close the monitor.
Starboard 10 degrees.
Near the ladder.
Gentlemen, the beast, spawned by Satan to destroy the Union. Now we'll find out if John Erickson is a match for the devil. Mr. Harmon, stand directly for Merrimack. I want to engage her as far from the Minnesota as possible.
Yes, sir. Starboard 40 degrees.
Sims, I'm turning to give you a bearing for a broadside.
Aye, sir.
Captain, from what I picked up at Gosport, you can run rings around that monster. It takes the Merrimack a half hour to make a 180-degree turn.
Thank you. Steady as she goes.
William.
We're hard over, sir. She's turning all the faster she can.
Mr. Ramsey? Ramsey, what is the matter with this ship? Yesterday she was sluggish enough, but today she steers like Noah's Ark.
Well, today, sir, she's leaking at the bow.
All right, Mr. Sims, if you can manage a shot with just your bow gun, go ahead and take it. I want to see what happens.
Into battery. Starboard vent.
Nose vent. Don't take it. Open vent.
Can we lift to cover on one of the gun ports, Mr. Green?
Not till we get the captain's order to commence firing.
It's bad enough to wait. Why can't we even see out? The first shell could turn this tin can into our coffin. I mean, we don't
That'll
know.
be all, Mr. Keeler.
Did the shot come through?
No, sir, it didn't come through, but it made a big dent. Look at this.
Mr. Green, the captain says to clear your ports and commence firing. Mr. Keeler, the speaking tube's not working. Captain says you're it.
Fire!
Mr. Ramsey! I have got to turn faster. Give me more power.
Ah, Mr. Jones!
Faster! We need more power. Put your backs into it.
Mr. Keeler, ask the captain how our shots are landing. The turret turns and I can't see.
Fire!
Mr. Sims!
Sir!
Most of your shots are landing in the water.
Captain, half that thing's underwater. There's nothing to shoot at.
Captain says good shot, Mr. Green. He saw iron sliding from her side.
Captain, I suggest circling her to the west. She draws 22 feet. There's not that much water there.
Thank you, Mr. Harmon. Come hard, starboard.
Turn to port, 30 degrees.
Captain, it gets shallow there.
I have to line up my guns.
Captain, we could turn the other way.
Take forever, William. Steady as she goes.
Full astern! We're aground! I need full speed astern!
Look there, she's aground, sir. Sir, the iron armor on the Merrimack only goes 3 feet below the waterline. Her wooden hull's pretty near exposed.
Mr. Sims, why aren't you firing?
Captain, that tin can is at an angle where we can't bring a single gun to bear.
Mr. Green, the captain says aim for the waterline.
Run out! Fire! Second cannon! Fire!
Mr. Ramsey, you have got to get us off this mudbank! The engines are full astern! Raise the steam pressure then! We're shoveling all the coal the furnaces will take! Well then throw in whatever burns faster and harder than coal, Mr. Ramsey! We have got to risk it! Aye, sir! Get all the cotton waste and throw them on the fire! Throw wood on the fire! Damnation! If it's risk he wants, throw on turpentine!
machinery is rusty from yesterday's seawater. It's hard for him to aim.
Tell him I'll bring him in close. He's to fire both guns as rapidly as possible.
Mr. Ramsey, more pressure. Sir, we are at red line now. One more pound and the safety valve will open. Tie it closed, Ramsey. Tie the valve closed.
Pull off.
Mr. Sims, I'm turning to give you a port beam broadside. We don't seem to be making much of an impression. What if we ram?
We start leaking more at the bow.
Couldn't the pumps handle it?
I don't know, sir.
Mr. Sims, prepare yourself. We're going to ram.
Mr. Wood! Yes, sir. As we go by, you aim at our pilot house. Aye, sir.
Captain, look to starboard. She's turning straight for us.
Mr. Keeler, tell Mr. Green they're going to ram us. Wait for the last second and then give them both guns.
Swinging your way! Right, sir.
No shot.
Might work better for us.
Steer directly for her.
You gonna ram the Merrimack, sir?
Not the monster, just its tail. If we can hit the rudder, she'll be helpless.
Steady as she goes.
She's making for our stern. She's coming right under your gun. Stand by. Fire!
Captain! Sir! I can't see!
Sir? Mr. Keeler, go tell Mr. Green. Quartermaster, come north, due north. That'll put us in shallow water. Captain, let's get you down to your cabin, sir.
Did we hit the rudder?
No, sir, we just missed it.
Damn!
She's turning away, pilot. Where's she headed?
For shallow water, Captain, where we can't follow.
Well, then she's quitting. Giving up the fight?
Looks that way.
Well, all right, let's finish what we came here to do in the first place, pilot. Put us on a course for the Minnesota.
We can't get near the Minnesota, Captain. Not unless you want to run aground again.
The tide's running out real fast, Captain.
You don't head back to Sewell's Point right now, you're not going to get over that bar tonight.
Get up.
Mr. Ramsey. What are our chances should we ground again?
We could split open at the bow. We have no smokestack left, no draft for the furnaces, no proper head of steam to keep the pumps working at top speed.
And should also be considered that these brave men are exhausted. Very well, we will head back to Gosport for repairs.
She's your ship, Mr. Green. Don't worry about me. Do what you have to do to save the Minnesota.
Mr. Green, look! She's turned away. She's quitting. She's giving up. Do you want to go after her, sir?
No. Our orders are to protect the Minnesota. Take us back to her side. We saved that ship, Mr. Harmon.
Yes, sir, we saved her.
So I guess it was all worth it.
To hear the Navy tell it, Mr. President, this peculiar little thing scored a great victory. But the Southern newspapers are celebrating a triumph for the Merrimac. She destroyed 2 of our largest ships.
The Merrimac's mission was to destroy all the blockading ships in Hampton Roads. She was stopped at 2, so she failed. The Monitor's mission was to protect the Minnesota, which she did, so she succeeded.
I would call it a draw. The Merrimac is successful just as a threat. That's what kept General McClellan from taking Richmond by water and ending the war.
Mr. President, John Erickson wants to tell you something, and I think you better let him, or he'll tell the newspaper.
I already told newspapers that I knew my ship had to fire 30-pound charges of powder. And I tested the cannon to make sure they could stand up. Those shots would have gone clear through enemy. Now I find your desk sailors give strict orders no more than 15 pounds were to be fired. What is possible excuse?
The test wasn't convincing. We didn't want your guns blowing up as they did on the Princeton.
I built my ship to win. You don't let her.
Mr. Erickson, the day of the wooden ship is over. You have made history. That should be satisfaction enough for any man.
Mr. President.
But I can do something you may enjoy even more.
What is that, sir?
If you submit your bill, I'll see that it's promptly paid.
I don't see no soldiers, but I keeps hearing drums. Do you hear drums, Miss Betty?
No. No, I don't.
That's good. No drums means we still alive. Was alive.
I'm ready.
You don't look ready. Your clothes aren't packed.
Do I need clothes where I'm going?
Unless you walk around stark naked at home. You're being released, Miss Betty.
Why? Is it true? What about Opal?
Also released.
To what do I owe this?
To yourself, really. Catesby Jones wrote a report on what you did to save a ship. The Admiral decided it more than made up for what you may have done for the Yankees. I think he was glad to have an excuse not to put a rope around a pretty lady's neck. I know I am. I have someone come down and help you with your bags. You're free to leave.
Miss Betty, I'm happy they ain't hanging you, not to mention me. But what all you done to save that ship?
I haven't the faintest idea, and I surely wasn't going to ask.
Ma'am.
Well, let me look at you. You're not hurt? You're all right?
Our casualties were very light.
Thank God for that. And I know it's thanks to you that I'm still alive. But I'm dying.
Let's walk. I saw in the newspapers that the Monitor's cannon was supposed to fire 30 pounds of powder, but that Naval Operations had changed it to 15, so in my report, I said that you were responsible for the cut.
How?
I said that you sent word of another firing test to your contacts in Washington. This test never happened, but they believed what you told them. That when the guns firing 30 pounds got hot, they blew up.
You really made up such a lovely fairy tale. I can't tell you what it means to me, how happy it makes me, because it means you still love me. You know, all the while I was in that prison looking out at the gallows, of course I thought about whether or not they would hang me. But more than that, I thought, does Catesby love me? Can he love me after what I've done?
Yes. But it doesn't matter with a damn. I wanted you to live, but I could never live with you. Not now. Not after what happened, Betty. We butchered hundreds of men on the Congress and the Cumberland, and they would have done the same to us if they could. And you did your best to help them. So what is love compared to that? You go back north, Betty. That's the side you chose. Stay there. We should never see each other again.
The Merrimac never saw action again. 2 months after the battle, the Confederacy abandoned Norfolk, leaving the ship without a base. To keep her from falling into Union hands, she was grounded and burned. The Monitor did not survive the year either. In December of 1862, she was ordered to join the Union attack on Wilmington, North Carolina. On December the 31st, in a storm off Cape Hatteras, the Monitor went down with a loss of 16 lives.